always short of time? I've got some simple tips to help you get more done every day. I'm Amanda Craven, a clinical hypnotherapist, life coach and psychologist who just loves to share great tips to help make people's lives a little better. If you like the tips in this video, please don't forget to like it and subscribe if you want to get notified of future videos. Let's face it, most of you know already what I'm about to share, but every now and again we all need a reminder and the opportunity to start afresh after life just gets in the way of our good intentions and good habits. Whatever you do in life, whether you do paid or unpaid work, you deserve to get the most out of each and every day. By proactively rather than reactively managing your time, you'll be able to maximise all your resources, and because you'll have a bird's eye view of how you spend your hours, you'll find it easier to get that all-important balance. Taking control of your time is just one part of healthy life boundaries, and I'll be talking more about boundaries in general next month. And like with all boundaries, the important thing is to focus on the freedom they bring as opposed to believing that they restrict or constrain us. Managing our time does not magically create more than 24 hours in a day. When we do it systematically, it really does feel like we have more time than before. The practical tips that I'm going to share are ones that you can find alongside many more in my workshops. And as you work through them, I'd like you to bear in mind a few points. First of all, make any changes you want in baby steps. It can be tempting to have a light bulb moment and go for dramatic changes and a whole new you, but research shows that this doesn't usually last. 2. Take things slowly and make small, consistent changes that you have time to absorb into your daily life. 3. Be prepared to do the work to get results. Some things can seem a little bit of a drag at first, but if you follow my suggestions, you'll see results very quickly and will come to enjoy that feeling of being more in control. Tip number 1. For those of you who've worked with me before, you'll be familiar with my Give It 10 technique. This means that you will chip away at tasks in 10-minute chunks, and I guarantee you'll be amazed at what you can get done in 10 focused minutes. The other tips here are all doable in 10 minutes, so you can see for yourself how effective it is. Setting a timer and just doing even part of something is great when you're feeling overwhelmed by a list of tasks or when you're struggling to get motivated. If it's a practical task, select some funky or energising music to help create momentum. Get others involved in the game, your kids, partner, colleagues. This is especially good for tidying up around the house or brainstorming at work. Often we find that we want to do a bit more than 10 minutes, and if that's the case and you have the time, fantastic. If not, you can feel proud of yourself that you're now that bit closer to achieving your goal. Tip number 2. Take just 10 minutes to plan your meals for the week ahead. Use a kitchen calendar, a meal planner or a shopping list on a magnetic pad, an app on your phone or a plain old notepad. And take just 10 minutes to write down what you'll be eating at least for your main meal each day. This will make it a doddle to compile your shopping list and make shopping a whole lot easier and less painful. Make it easier for anyone in your household to help you in prepping meals. It will save you time wondering what to make each evening and will stop you being peppered with questions from other people in your house like, what's for tea? Tip number 3. Have separate weekly to-do lists for your work and your personal stuff. There are so many places that you can write these lists, from a blackboard or whiteboard in the kitchen to an app on your phone. You know if you're old school or techie and what works best for you, and don't be afraid to experiment if you're not sure. If you keep your personal to-do list somewhere others in your household can see, like in the kitchen, you may find it easier to delegate to a partner or a child, for example. And remember to keep your lists in the same place so you know where they are and you can go to them easily. Tip number 4. Each week on a day that works best for you, Fridays or Sundays seem to work for a lot of people, but it's an individual choice. Take just 10 minutes to write a fresh to-do list. Note any deadlines and put a date or an asterisk next to any priority tasks. See if there is anything that someone else can do and ask or message them if so. Transfer unchecked tasks from one week to the next, but if there's anything that you've noticed you've been doing this for quite some time and are rewriting it every week, you need to address it. You can just get on with it if that's possible, just do it. Put it in your diary for next week and make it your non-negotiable. Delegate it, or decide that it's not important after all and just drop it. Tip number 5. Each evening, spend 10 minutes looking at your diary for the next day and get out your to-do lists. You can do this at your desk before you pack up from work on the evening or at bedtime, whatever works for you. Make sure that any appointments or meetings are clearly noted with enough travel time if needed. Next, block out chunks of time to tackle your tasks, factoring in breaks, meals, and keeping it realistic. Go right through the day and evening, including any school runs or other activities, sports, hobbies, shopping, meal prep, etc. If you get into the habit of slightly overestimating the time something will take, you will reduce your stress levels because your calendar won't be bursting at the seams, and you can use any spare 10-minute chunks to chip away at bigger tasks or get yourself an extra bit of exercise. I like to have a quick walk outside or do some gym work with light weights, for example. Once you've incorporated some good time management strategies into your daily life, you'll find more you time, space for joy, and definitely feel less stressed. Always be kind to yourself. Do your best and pick up as soon as you can if you drop the ball. Don't wait for next Monday, next month, and certainly not for the new year. Just do it now and be proud of every small win. I'll put some links to useful resources down below, and I look forward to hearing how you get on putting these tips into practice, so feel free to share in the comments below. So thank you for watching, take care of yourself and see you soon.